I have this question here. So let us see this question. It says that in the given diagram there are three lenses formed considering negligible thickness of each of them as compared to R1. This is R1 and R2 of the upper and lower surfaces. The power of the combination is, and we have written here mod R1, which means these are distances, and we have filled the sign convention in the actual formula, leather lens maker formula. We have filled the sign conventions once again. Once we filled in the derivation of the lens formula and another while application, and we have filled in the application because there are mod R1 and R2 here. So let us consider that this is the first lens. This is a tiny air pocket in between. Such is the third lens, and such is the water lens here, and this is the plane no convex, depending upon which which R1 or R2 is bigger, we will call it something. This is glass, so it is 3/2. Now the very important reason why I made this video is to tell what is R1 and R2 and how we fill the sign conventions here. So let us consider this lens. This lens or this water is acting as a lens. So this will be R1 and this will be R2. The R1 will be from where the light is incoming and R2 from where light is going. So get rid of this confusion first. And so first of all, P1 is mu. This is mu, which is 4/3 minus 1 divided by 1, because I've considered it as an air pocket. And I'll going to combine all these lenses here. I'll combine all these lenses and use the formula when lenses are very close, that power is added algebraically. So 1 by R1 minus 1 by R2. Consider this as R1, this as R2. So this will be also R2 and this will be also R1. Since we are given mod here, we will actually fill the sign conventions here, and this will become as mod. So 1/3 and 1 by R1. This is the R1 part and this is the R2 part. So R1 is actually infinite. So plus minus infinite doesn't matter because it will be actually 0. So, and in minus 1 by R2, let me change the color. So it will be plus minus 1 by infinity, whatever it is, because we don't know what part the mirror is. This infinite plane of the mirror is. It can be on this side or it can be on this side, so we don't know. My bad. Yes. And in 1 by R2, we will fill the sign as negative because this circle belongs to a radius which is towards the left from this curvature. So this is actually a part of a spherical surface which belongs to the leftward side. So we will actually put R1 here. This is R2 side, but we will actually put R1 here. And we will also put it as minus 1 by R1. We will put it as minus 1 by R1. so it will be actually 3 by r1. All right, and which it will be actually mod, so I am considering that r is actually mod r. All right, so I have calculated the first power. Now let's move on to the second power. This is some kind of banana shaped lens. This will be r1, this will be r2, and this will be r1 and r2. Applying the lens maker formula again, p2 is 3 by 2 minus 1, 1 by r1 minus 1 by r2, and we will actually pull the sign convention and it will become mod, and we will write it as cap small r, small r1 and small r2. So this sphere also is towards this side and this sphere is also towards this side, so they both the of their radii are leftwards. So for r1 we will also put minus 1 by r1, and for r2 we will also put minus small r2, so it will be 1 by 2 minus 1 by r1 plus 1 by r2. Similarly for third, which is this lens here, p3 is 4 by 3 minus 1, r1 which is r2 in this case, so it will be 1 by r2, and it will be minus because the radius of curvature is leftwards, plus and minus, plus minus infinity. We don't know what side this circle will actually be, so it is 0, so it will be 1 by 3 minus 1 by r2. So adding all of this, we get 1 by r1 is 1 by 3 minus 1 by 2 plus 1 by r2 is actually 1 by 2 minus 1 by 3. So 1 by r1 minus 1 by 6 and 1 by r2 plus 1 by 6. That is why the minus goes outside and we get 1 by r1 minus 1 by r2. All of the minus outside. That is why it is second part. I hope it's clear.